To urge you and the administration, we should start thinking of doing serious irrigation in the greater Suba. We want to do irrigation in Lambwe Valley. We want to do irrigation in Nyatoto area. We want to do irrigation in Owich, in Suba South, Wasi South. Why? There is no restriction on the use of Lake Victoria waters for irrigation purposes. I was the chairman under United Nations Environment Program of what was called Nile Basin Initiative for 2 years with 10 countries from Rwanda to Egypt. And we agreed that shared resources can be used provided you don't cause what is called appreciable or significant harm to the other users. Irrigation will not cause that. Ethiopia has developed the Millennium Dam and water is still flowing into Blue Nile, going to Egypt. Blue Nile contributes 80% of the Nile waters. Lake Victoria waters don't even go that far. They disappear in South Sudan in something called the Sud. So we will not cause problems to Egypt. So Kenya government, we must ensure we use these waters for consumption and for agriculture.
But seeing you in that position, we must actually be happy and appreciate and thank His Excellency, the President William Samuel Ruto, for appointing you. And we are asking him for more. It is the duty of the government to feed its people. There is a drought worldwide, countrywide, and people are suffering. We need food. And the food that has actually been brought to be flagged off today may actually not be enough. We are actually requesting that you can add more to this region, considering the climate factors that has affected this area. There has been drought in this part of the region. About 5 constituencies out of 8 are affected. And we need close to about food for close to about 600,000 people out of 1.2 million people.
I've got the honor and privilege this afternoon to come to Homa Bay on behalf of His Excellency the President for purposes of giving out relief food support. This is part of a wider government program to facilitate provision of basic subsistence to families who are wanting during this time of drought. It is a short-term measure. Long-term, the government has got a tangible agenda for purposes of food security that would involve massive irrigation programs in all parts that don't usually get adequate rain. As a short-term measure towards this effort again, the government has already initiated the reduction of the price of fertilizer from 6,500 shillings per bag to 3,500 shillings per bag. We are looking forward to provision of seedlings as we move towards the period of the long rains.